The views and opinions expressed in this podcast should not be taken seriously. All jokes and banter are not meant to be taken up the ass. And no, you may not talk to my manager. So get back to not doing your homework or not doing your job and enjoy the Rollin' Thick podcast.
Are you ready?
Rollin' thick, rollin' thick.
Hey, what is up, you guys? Welcome back to the Rolling Thick Podcast. I'm your host. My name is Teddy.
And I'm Bunz.
And we back. It's our second Saturday here in a row. Is it?
We got a new record. I know. We should have a count like on the top. Like it's been this many episodes in a row.
It's going to be like one of those, how many incidences, how many days passed.
Yes, but how many episodes we make it?
We don't get past like 3 or 4, honestly.
I feel like, yeah, the summer, when we first started, we did pretty good.
Yeah, back when we had our lives together.
Yeah.
All our shit.
Yes, and then something happened. Something
always happens.
Things exploded, and here we are.
Actually, we're not going to affiliate this channel. For you guys tuning in on the audio, we record these episodes live over at Twitch, at twitch.tv/The Rolling Thick. And we're not gonna affiliate the channel so we don't get kicked off for talking about what we talk about. And what was the other thing?
So you guys could so that people could just enjoy it. They could sit and listen, and nobody's gonna have to deal with stupid commercial interruptions and missing out on what we're talking about. And it's so you can actually just hang out and chill and participate if you want, and nobody's gonna miss anything because they don't have a sub.
Yeah, because we broke and we're used to it, so it's okay.
Yeah. We will.
But imagine,
we will keep it.
Ooh. Today's topic is edgy. It's gonna be. I want to talk about like the whole PC culture and how sensitive everybody is.
And how everybody's like famous.
Yeah, that too. How easy it is to be fucking famous.
Yeah. It's just
you cannot once you're affiliated, you cannot remove the affiliate.
Oh, you can. You have to call them.
And what, they're gonna delete your channel?
Well, I don't know. I haven't called them yet.
Yeah, because
I figure if I just don't stream long enough, it'll eventually go away. Because you can lose it.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, if you don't use it, you lose it. I've heard that before.
In this case, yes. Mm-hmm. Facts.
That's cool though, because your following is always gonna get their notification that you're live and stuff. I wonder how long it takes, because
I don't know. I haven't streamed since September.
Ooh.
So we're almost at 4 months now.
All you gotta do is go in there and like
go live for 2 seconds.
Go live and like just say things that
nah.
It's like, no, can't say that.
Nah, I'll probably just start over. It's fine.
When did people start getting so sensitive?
I don't know, but I'm moving your name because it's driving me nuts where it was at. All fixed. Yeah, I don't know. It's weird because it didn't. I remember back in like the early 2000s, people weren't so sensitive.
And a lot of crazy shit happened too. It was like
it's like the more technology advances, the more sensitive people get.
The more I think it's I don't even know what it is, honestly, because a lot of people that are getting offended are our age, around our age, if not like the generation before us.
Well, no, don't say it's us. I don't want it to be millennials, okay? It can't be us. We are the problems of the world, and I do not accept.
But like, how can it be us if we're the ones growing up offending each other? Not offending, but like saying offensive things.
I don't even think we're saying offensive things. It's just everybody's got a stick up their ass.
We can't even say it. We gotta be like, oh, the F word and the R word and the N word, and we don't even say them anymore. We just know what you're talking about. The C word. You know what that is?
Yeah.
Yeah. See, you know what it is. Instead of me having to say it.
I say it though.
True. I say it too. I catch myself because look, I grew up around a lot of African Americans.
Yeah.
And like it rubs off. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes they don't even notice. They themselves don't even notice that I'm saying it because they're so.
Yeah.
Everybody says it, right?
Yeah.
And it wasn't until everybody started getting so sensitive about it. People were like, "You can't say that, dude." And I'm like, "For real? So why?" And it's not that I didn't know why. I was like oblivious to it.
Yeah, we all know why.
I understood. Yeah, and it was like, and I was just like, okay, well, if I can't say it, I can't say it, I guess. And then, but it just started becoming about everything. You can't call people fat. You can't call them ugly. You know, you can't.
Oh, I know.
It just starts becoming about everything, and it's like as soon as one person comes out and says they're fucking completely offended by it, they take it off the fucking words you could say. Like even YouTube right now, like they're really sensitive about like suicidal. The people talking about suicide.
Yeah, same with like TikTok. You can't say anything. You can't say the word suicide.
Which, I mean, I know it's a. Oh, man.
But it's important to talk about those things. Like you shouldn't hide it. But yeah, you can't. You have to say unalived. It's like
they YouTube banned all profanity.
Bullshit.
Oh, that's censorship though. I remember
they did not.
I remember we were making a huge deal about censorship, and now it's like everyone's on the wagon now, and it's like I remember it's like, oh no, I could say what I want, censorship this, and a lot of comedians too were coming out saying that, you know, our rights and stuff like that, and now everybody's like, nah, that's not PC. You can't say that. You have to figure out a way around it, and it's like. To me, trying to figure out another way to say it, like in front of somebody, is more offensive than just saying it the way you know how to say it.
Yeah, I don't understand.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to make any type of money, you have to be really monetizable. PC. Well, and it just feels so forced. Like there's a lot of YouTubers. There's a lot of YouTubers that I've watched since the 2011, early days. Yeah, 2010, 2009. And like their censorship has dramatically increased to the point where like it's too cringy for me to watch because I know they're not like that. I know the vernacular that they used to use.
You are not the same.
That is not used. Say the damn word.
What do you mean by lazy parents?
It's lazy parents. I mean, I feel like I'm a lazy parent, and there's gonna be repercussions eventually. Because I was just reading the thing that there's a lot of Americans with British accents, a lot of American kids with British accents, because parents leave their kids in front of Peppa Pig, and they develop those accents. And it's like, oh my god, you're British? Like, no, like born and raised in California. Like, what
I know. My youngest loves Peppa Pig, and she will sit and watch it forever if you let her. But the funny thing is I picked up the words.
It rubs off.
It rubs off. I was, instead of calling things popsicles, we would call them ice lollies.
Ice lollies. Oh my god.
So yeah, just things like that. I don't say it with a British accent. I mean, I do if I'm trying to be obnoxious, but like.
But just imagine your kid just speaks in a different accent
dialect.
Dialect.
Different accent and everything.
So did you just call that the loo? Fuck.
Caravan? What?
Oh, my cat just farted. That's disgusting.
So no, it's. I don't know. I feel like parents. Censor content rather than just keeping their own kids. Yeah, that's true. I feel like it's important not to censor
like
for your kids.
There's other ways you can censor the content. You don't have to censor the content.
As far as like profanity and stuff goes, I don't feel like that needs to be censored. And words, especially words regarding around mental health and stuff, I think it's really important for kids to learn about and hear those words and know what they mean. Because
I feel like it's important to develop what's it, how do I put it? Like a
stigmatization or desensitization?
That one. To the vernacular, because if you are, you get less offended to it, right? Because I grew up being called, fat ass and all everything you think of, and none of it bothers me. Versus now, kids are told, no, that's bad, and obviously they should be told that they're bad, but like, I don't know, I grew a thick skin to it.
Yeah, you know I have a rule. Like, I don't censor my kids. My kids listen to my music. My kids hear me swear like a sailor. I don't censor words.
Yeah.
Content's totally different. Like, actual, like, visual stuff, that's totally different censorship. But as far as words go, and I tell them all the time, because they hear me, I've got a terrible mouth when I'm driving. Like, it's okay to say bad words as long as you're not saying them to hurt somebody. If they can't hear you, it's okay.
Situational awareness.
If they can hear you, it's not okay. I just feel like they're just words. We're the ones that add the offensiveness to it. Is people. People make it offensive. It is just a word. We decided that word needs to be offensive.
There's a couple of videos I was watching too where this guy, he would dress up like in a sarape and a sombrero, and he would walk around with maracas, and he would ask all these, Caucasians, hey, does this offend you? And they're like, yes, that's offensive. Like, yes, that's offensive. You're being offensive. Why? Because that's not your culture. You're mocking. You're making fun of. People automatically go to that assumption that you're creating a mockery out of what you're doing versus you're just embracing the culture or trying to in one way or another. And then he went to like a part of LA where there was the majority of them were Latinos, and he was like, "Does this offend you?" They're like, "No, that looks great. You're rocking it. You look good."
Oh yeah. Did you send me that, or did I?
I think I might have sent it to you
because I know exactly what you're talking about.
And yes, and he did it with a couple. He did it with like an Asian too, with the rice hat and yeah, he did it in a couple, and it's the same thing. Just the culture itself. They're like, that's not offensive. We understand you.
Vietnam, they gave me a hat to put on. They didn't want me to get sunburned. And it was cute. I have a picture of me with it.
Don't show it. You're going to get canceled. I didn't even know that thing was called a rice hat till recently.
Yeah. No, they don't care. They like if anybody's done any traveling abroad, you would learn that these people generally don't find it, as long as you're not doing it to be mocking.
Yeah.
As long it that's the part that it gets, is if you're doing it as a mockery, then that's offensive. But yeah.
But even then, it's like they're too busy with other stuff to care.
There are bigger problems in the world.
Oh my God, my feelings. No.
But everybody seems to like tie all these bigger problems in the world to these teeny little ones. It's just like, why?
There's a lot that I like. I'm just sitting there watching. I'm going, man, what is wrong with this? Like the whole gender thing.
Like, oh God.
Like express yourself the way you want. Just don't push it on me. Like, yeah. Like I'm gonna make a mistake. There's some men that are like women and some women that are like men. And if I put myself in a position where I make that mistake, I
use the wrong pronoun.
Not even that. Like, generally be mistaken.
Yeah.
What's up, dude? Well, I'm a girl. All right, do that. Whatever. Sorry. Move on. But people don't. People, they're like, I watch a lot of videos where people are just like, oh, there's only two genders. It's like, oh, what about this? What about that? How people feel and this and that. And it's like, biology doesn't care what you feel. It is what it is. And he goes, oh, but you have to, because I identify as this. I was like, okay, well, I identify as being correct in the matter. He's like, no, you can't do that. Oh, now I can't do that? Like, you can't appreciate, you can't, like, like he throws it back at him and it's like, fuck. Like, no one's going to win, obviously.
Yeah.
No one's going to fucking win. And we're just going to be fucking butthurt about it.
Yeah, I don't have, if people want to have 25 different genders, it just makes for more paper when you're filling shit out at the doctors or the DMV. But if you have a pronoun and you are not, it's not obvious what you identify as, especially the they thems, because you don't know, and they get butthurt because you don't know, or you did know but you forgot. It's like, oh, you don't actually respect me because you forgot that I identify as they them.
Yeah.
And it's like, I'm so sorry. I don't have a running is it a
Rolodex?
Rolodex.
They don't know what that is.
No, you don't know what a Rolodex is?
I know what a Rolodex is.
No, I know what a Rolodex is too. I almost said Rolex, and I'm like, no, that's a fancy watch. So my brain, then I started thinking of watches. But, and then I was like, wait, is it Rolex or Rollerdex? Fuck, I fucked myself up. Anyway, I don't have a Rollerdex in my head of everybody, what their pronouns are, what they want to go by. And yeah, no, I don't have enough mental space for that. I just don't.
Now people go around, wow, you're just assuming her gender?
Yeah.
You're assuming their gender, his gender, thy gender?
Chris, I always age myself on this podcast. What I do. I had a Rolodex growing up.
I did it. I know what it is.
Oh, we had one. I had friends' names and their phone numbers in a Rolodex.
When you go like that, Rico, you lick your finger like.
Yes, we did. It was like this big, and it had a little cards, and you would flip through, and it was all alphabetized. Yep. You don't even know what a Rolodex. You guys fucking kidding me?
Okay, do you know what business cards are?
I am not.
Picture a device that holds a bunch of fucking business cards, and you roll it, and it's an index for those cards. So you go. People put them in alphabetical order or whatever.
I'm only 36. I'm not that much. I'm like 10, not even 10 years older. Like, they didn't just vanish.
I just turned 30 yesterday.
Do you guys know what the yellow pages are? Like, they're
the yellow book. It's funny because they were asking me like, how old are you? How old are you? Like, I turned old today.
I turned old.
Officially say I'm old now.
Happy 29th birthday again.
Yeah, no, I'm 30 now. Damn it. The yellow book. I remember that shit used to be gray.
No, they would have the gray part was for the personal phone numbers. The yellow is for the business.
Oh. See, I didn't know that. I never owned one, but I would see them on payphones.
That's how you would look up. That's how you had to. Okay.
Like,
I would have to use the phone book. So, I give up.
Like, I would see them on phone booth. A phone booth.
Yeah. Oh no, I use mine all the time growing. I don't remember what except to look up. I would figure out if I didn't know my friend's phone number. I knew their last name, and I would go through and see if I could figure it out.
Damn, that's old school right there. I had a book for bus routes. I had a book for that.
I lived on an island. We didn't have a bus.
There's an app for that now. Yeah, I've been in a couple phone booths, like the actual booth, not just a payphone, but like a phone booth. Yeah. I
used to make the collect calls that we didn't pay collect for. It would like ring, and your parents would pick up.
Please say your name.
They'd be like, okay. They'd be like, oh yeah, she's done at swim practice. Go pick her up.
Yeah,
that's what it was.
Like, please say your name after the beat. Please, Mom, I'm over here to start pick you up, and then just say up. Yeah.
I wouldn't even have to. I would just say my name, and she would know that she's like, oh, okay, you're done with swim practice, or you're done with the swim meet, and they would come pick me up.
They wouldn't answer.
The rotary phones. Those are nice.
I never had a rotary phone either. I know what it is. I remember one time
I didn't actually have one, but my friends did.
One time, I pulled the floppy disk out of the desk, and my younger brother was like, "The fuck is that?"
I still have one. I think it's in my cedar chest.
Do you have the big one or the little one?
I only have the little ones, but I remember using the big ones.
Big ass
we had our I'm gonna say this name wrong probably, but we had like a Berenstain Bears game, and it was on a big floppy.
That's
disk.
fucking awesome.
And we would have to go into like the DOS and like type it in to get it to load up.
Yep.
Yeah. So that was old.
Yeah, I remember he was like, "What the hell is that?" I was like, "What?" And I called my other brother. I was like, "Dude, you just asked me what this was." I was like, "It's a floppy disk. So you open it up, and the little black disk in there, you fold it in half, and you can watch any clips." That's literally what I used to use it for. But my brother had a lot of them because it was homework.
Yeah.
Binos are cool. Yeah, but people are too sensitive nowadays. You can't fucking talk about shit. Like, I go on YouTube and like try to like find like conversations about stuff, and people just stay away from it.
Yeah.
And it's kind of sad because, like you said, like some of the things that we need to talk about, like the suicide rate and like the mental health and stuff like that, people just stay silent about, and it's like.
Well, and it's so important because kids, younger and younger and younger, are being affected by mental health, and I'm sure they always have been. It just hasn't really been allowed or made aware of. And these kids, you can't even put. You got kids that are like 9, 10 years old killing themselves.
Oof.
And it's like we can't even talk about we can't even say the word suicide so that these kids have the right words to put to their feelings tell their parents, "Hey, I'm feeling this way." You know?
Is it because they're triggered by it? I don't understand because I don't get easily offended, so I don't understand.
I don't know what it is I haven't dived deep into the mental health of kids. All I can speak of is just as my own, as from being a child and having a kid who's, she's 11 now. But like, they have mental illness. Everybody does. Everybody's got something going on. And when we're so focused on censoring and sheltering all these kids from all the harm, like, ooh, let them be kids, let them have fun as a kid. It's like, yeah, that works great, except the world's scary. It's not a nice place. And all we're doing is sheltering these children that then get these big emotions and they don't know what to do with them.
The thing that scares me is not the sheltering. It's the opposite. When they feel left out and they feel lonely and they feel like there's nobody else to compare, to share.
That's because we're sheltering them. We're not letting them go out and explore. Like, my daughter's got a friend that she made when we first moved here a year ago. That girl is not allowed to have play dates for 2 years with new friends.
What?
And you know how hard it is to try and form a relationship with a mom for 2 years just so your kid can have a friend? Like, they're not going to be able to stay friends.
None of my friends' parents. Sorry, none of my friends' parents know my parents. None of them. Yeah. Maybe every once in a while they'll be like, "Oh, who's that?" Like, "Oh, that's my friend's dad," but they never go, "Oh, hey, you want to have dinner or this and that."
Yeah.
Like my cousins, they're Generation Z, and their friends' parents hang out with their with my aunts.
Yeah. And it's like, if you don't get to know your kids' friends' parents, your kid's not going to have friends, which really sucks because I don't like people. I don't get along well with other adults. I am not adult enough to be friends with adults.
Is it the offensive thing? Because I feel like if I have to be friends with adults, I'm going to be way too offensive.
It's just like, there's two types. In my opinion, there's really just about 2 types of adults. They're the adults that grow up to actually act like professionals and adults, and they're boring. And then there's the adults like us who actually still enjoy having that fun in life. We still very much
enjoy
let our inner child out. We still play video games. We still, we still do shit. We still fuck around. Shit. We still play and goof off and just enjoy life. But then, because I mean, I have neighbors, and they're probably similar age, maybe 10 years older than me, not much. And they're just serious. And same with my siblings. Like I have a couple older siblings, and I could not have fun with them if I wanted to because they're grown-ups.
They're anal.
And I am like, I still want to have fun. I still want to joke around. I still want to make stupid, dumb, childish jokes and be just relaxed and have fun in my life.
I agree with that notion because all of my brothers are just like me. We're all fucking idiots. And it's like, I've met people my age and I'm like, you're not my age. So you're like, you're our parents when we were younger. Like, it's just,
yeah.
But it's understandable, the past generation, because they had it so hard. Now everything's so easy and why be so serious? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I can't relate to, like, I can be around a serious person and match the energy, but at the end of the day, I'm like, that was fucking boring.
Boring? Yeah, exactly. Like, how do you live your life like that? I guess, so I don't know. Maybe I don't want to grow up, and so I'm like resisting it, but I just feel like, why do we have to be, like, who made the rules? Who said, once you reach a certain age, you need to be proper? Fuck that. No. I refuse. I do not accept.
I refuse, Your Honor.
So, thank you. But, yeah, I don't know. I am a bad adult, and it's not changing. I even told my kid that. She was just like, why can't you make friends? Because she's kind of the one suffering. And I was just like, dude. And so I told her that. I said, and I gave her examples of the adults that she does know that are very much grown-ups. They have conversations of grown-up nature, like politics and news. And then I was like, and then there's me, where we still have fun, we do things, and we just joke around and have a great time. And she's like, yeah, I would rather do that. I'm like, okay, those are the type of adult friends I need to find. And those are the type of friends you're going to have more fun with.
Yes.
So I need to find more adults like me.
More adults that are less adulty.
Yes. And that's my hot take on that.
It's because adults like us that are kind of not adults, we're the ones that don't have our shit together.
Nobody has their shit together. It's all fucking lies. I swear to God. Everybody looks like they have their shit together. They fucking don't.
Nobody knows how to be an adult, okay?
No. I mean, some people do have their shit together. However, I feel like most of them don't, and they are drowning in debt. And that is what I'm going to tell myself to feel better about my life. Is that they are, and how can you live your life that's like
stuck up
and just how do you relax when you're that when you like I just don't get it.
But I've seen it. I remember when I was in UTI, I was doing school for like automotive trade or whatever, and there's this one guy. He was older than all of us, and he was so uptight and anal. It was fucking ridiculous. And he would walk around like he was above us, because he was like properly mannered and he wasn't goofy and he wasn't like touching other guys' asses or whatever what the fuck we were doing, because the majority of people there were men. They're guys, and guys that like working on cars, the ones that are really vulgar and offensive and they have no filters. Those are the type of people that work on cars, and it's okay, but he wasn't like that. He was like shirt tucked thing, very proper or whatever. And I remember we were in class one day, and he was just upset because everybody was like clowning around because we had already finished our stuff, and he was upset. And what if the guy goes, "What are you even doing here, dude?" He's like, "What do you mean? I'm getting my education so I can get my fucking job and I create a career and this and that." He's like, "Yeah, but like, do you understand what's happening?" He's like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "We're the people that are going into the same industry as you. You're going to meet us, if not a version of us, wherever you go. Do you not understand that?" He's like, "Obviously, I'm going to work with, professionals and people that understand." I was like, "No." He's like, "No, it's going to be us fucking idiots in that same room you are, dude." Like, if you're going around the whole school seeing the same type of people, those are the people that are in the industry, you know. And I was laughing my ass off in the back, and I never thought of that, dude. That's fucking hilarious.
It doesn't get better.
And he was just fucking mad. You think it's a joke? It's like, yeah, of course we think it's a joke. Because if we did it, we would fucking be miserable like you, like.
Yeah.
And he was just fucking mad, and I was like, "That's a good point, dude. I never thought of it like that. Like, it's gonna be us. Like, you're gonna get mad. You're mad your whole educational career. You're gonna get to your career, and it's just gonna be us there too. Like, the irony. I was just laughing. I was like, "Yes, got him, and we didn't get him, guys. It's the same."
You just ruined that guy's life before it ever even started. You guys just crushed it. I mean, you probably did him a favor doing that, though. Like, that was like...
He probably went home and cried. Like, it's true.
I need a new career.
Oh, man. Yeah, I miss the old days. When you call your friend gay. That was fun.
Yeah. I
remember when I was in high school... My friends would be like, "Come on, show me your dick without being gay."
Yeah.
What?
Can't say anything anymore.
And then people started coming out of the closet, and like I could see my friends. I remember I had this particular friend. And he came out of the closet, and he was like deemed one of these like womanizers, right? He always had some girl or some. He was always on to the next one, and he had that persona, right? And it was like when he came out, I was no longer in school, but I would meet up and we'd play football like at the park and stuff. And everybody out, we were playing. I remember somebody was going, "Hey, did you hear? You know, this guy, he came out, he was gay." And I didn't say that. I was just listening, right? Like changing my shoes or whatever I was doing. He goes, "Yeah, I can't believe it. You know how many times we were in the locker room and this and that." And I was like, and eventually I was like, "What are you guys talking about?" He's like, "Yeah, it's this fool. You know, he's the F word now, and he's like this and that, and he has a boyfriend." And I'm like, what are you upset about? Like, it's the same guy we know. He's just, you know, he didn't change who he is. He's just, you know, he's just coming out, being open with his preferences. Like, what? And he's like, "Yeah, but he." You know how many times we were naked in the same room and this, like, what the fuck? And I was like that's being homophobic, right? Because a lot of the times people get called homophobic because they use a derogatory term, you know.
Yeah.
And it's not that. They're not being homophobic because they're not trying to disrespect, or they're not, you know, scared, or they're not insecure around, you know, said person. It's just the word that came up, you know. But these fools were being insecure about, you know, being around this guy. I was like, you guys are just like, what are you scared that he's gonna hold you down and do something to you? Like, I don't understand what. Like, I didn't understand what the big problem was.
That's me in my no spot. He would have done that already if he was gonna do it.
Yeah, dude. I'm like, what? I couldn't grasp my head around what they were so concerned about. I was like, he's the homie. He's always been the homie. Let him. If anything, there's more girls for you. Say thank you. Right? You know, what the fuck's wrong with you?
But the funny thing about that is, though, especially because it's very common among men when you find out like one of your friends is gay, and then they get all worried that friend's gonna make a pass at them and stuff. It's like, dude, you do that shit to girls all the time.
That's exactly what I said. Fuck? Now you know what a girl feels like when you're walking around going, "What's up, mama? You got a fat ass." Like, you don't think women like feelings like some type of way around us men because we have the ability, or we make them feel that way, and now you're feeling that way about one of your peers?
Especially, and like I said, even if it's a friend, like how many men are friends with women just hoping
just waiting waiting for the DMs to open up so we can slide it.
Just waiting for that day when she's really lonely. Like, yeah, men getting all weird about men coming out. Just, I don't get it.
And I wasn't like upset. I was confused. Cause when he came out, I was like, "Dad, that's the side for you know, like cool. Like now you don't have to worry about what you say or what you think out loud. You know, like I understand like having that type of, you know, restraint on yourself to be who you are. And I was like, that's cool, hell yeah. And I was like, and obviously I had a bunch of questions, what kind of guys you like, what like, and he had been in a relationship for 3 years prior to him coming out, so we were all like, yeah, fucking boyfriend, and you didn't fucking tell us and all this shit. But then there's that group of people that
rude.
There's that group of people that just like,
I thought we were friends.
Thought we were
you were in love and I didn't even know.
You came to my brother's wedding. How dare you? That's funny. At the wedding, he hadn't came out yet, and he was getting like a piece of cake, and one of the girls that was in the band, like she came up to him and was like, "You want to dance?" Oh, my cake! like I remember like that type of when he was like that, supposedly, like I said, a womanizer or whatever. It was funny. He's like, yeah, my best friend's gay, dude.
Oh man, yeah, it's a weird world out there now.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure if it's actually. That's the other thing. I don't know if it's actually changed or if we just know about it more because of
social media
and social media. Because before, back in the the 90s, we mostly got our news from newspapers and magazines and things like that. There wasn't a platform for everybody and their sister to talk about their feelings on and their thoughts on whatever's happening, and we could only go based off what we got off the television and the newspaper. And now you can go on any social media, Twitter, TikTok, Twitch, I don't know. There's Facebook, Instagram, that news. Hell, even when I play World of Warcraft, Trade Chat has fucking news on it. Like, people just, like, everybody's got an opinion and you know about it now. You know their opinion because they have a way to share it. So I don't know if it's necessarily that our opinions are we're just more sensitive, or we just getting overloaded with everybody's thoughts. And we're just like, this is too much.
That's interesting thought right there, because that's true. When growing up, using the words that I was using and stuff like that, it was always with friends and people that I knew. They understood what I was, saying or what was going on. It was never like on the platform, calling everybody, the F word and.
Mm-hmm.
So that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense, because now there's like, it's open to every single body, like, and of course it's gonna be people that are truly offended by some of the things that you're saying, especially like insecurities and situations they're going through and stuff like that. But growing up, like, it was always like this circle of like, oh, just that guy, this guy, and it was never like, and when they do get offended, it usually gets brought up. Hey, dude, that hurt, and I was like, oh, damn, we stay away from that topic, especially.
Yeah.
I grew up with a lot of friends that didn't have their dads, and that was one of the things I never touched at all. Like, those subjects, if they brought it up, then we would clown. But if I stayed away from it because I understood. It's a sensitive topic with these people, but now, like, you say those things online, and there's gonna be a fucking plethora of people that are gonna be offended by that one thing that you said. Understandable.
Yeah.
Especially now, like, a lot of it's easy to become an influencer and become quote unquote famous with a video you put up and millions of people see it and like it and share it. To say something and that word gets around, and all of a sudden you're this audience that you built no longer likes you, and you get passed on to the next one or whatever. Because it's crazy nowadays, like, how fast you can fucking become viral. You can become viral, or then you can also get canceled. And it's so easy that's the other thing, it's so easy to find people that think like you that you don't realize that you're all thinking wrong. That too. It's a group of fucking idiots.
So Reddit's a very good example of that. You can find a subreddit for just about anything, and you will find people that will agree with you, and they will give you all the evidence you need to support why you all are right. And that's why there's people that think the earth is fucking flat. And it's just like, it's allowed society to get stupider. because you can find fellow stupid people. And you all convince yourself you're right. And then you get more people that are like, you know what? That makes sense. Yes. I'm going to go with that.
Yeah, you can always find a group of people that are going to be like, yeah, we're all right, guys. We all have the answer here.
Yes.
when in reality you don't. That's funny. Dude, having social media in your pocket is it's a drug.
Oh, that too. I know.
And
the instant connection, and that it doesn't take up the phone line, all that stuff. It's just there.
It's a fucking drug, because I've noticed like throughout the year that I'll stay off my phone and I will use it for like music or whatever, and my phone will stay charged all day because I'm off of it. Yeah. But then I'll go on it. One day I'll be bored and I'll go on like Instagram, I'll go on TikTok, and before you know it, it becomes like my phone's 20%. Dead before lunch, because I'm fucking constantly checking TikTok and Instagram and Facebook, and it's like, fuck, like you don't know that you're addicted because it's not something you're physically consuming. It's just, a visual consumption, but it's still addiction because...
Well, you get that dopamine rush.
Yeah. No, and especially at work, because I'm like, are they watching me? Just real quick, I can sneak in 2 likes, 3 videos or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's like, I just recently saw it as a drug, as an addiction, as a necessity.
Oh, very much so. I don't think I could go without my phone.
To the point where, like, sometimes if I don't do it, like, the day slows down and it becomes more miserable and harder to like get through it, and it's like, fuck, like I just need to watch a video or like consume some type of media where I'm like satisfied. And so sometimes I just leave my phone at in my car, in my backpack or something.
No, I left my phone in my car once when I went to the store. I went out and got it and brought it back into the store.
That was wrong with
me. Not so that I could scroll social media while shopping, but more just not having it.
Because I understand.
Me so uncomfortable. It's like I needed to know I could if I wanted.
If you wanted to, it's because the way I see it now, like a lot of especially women that are like antisocial or not antisocial but have social anxieties and stuff like that, or just they're afraid of men. Period. Yes. They will use the phone as a like to make it seem like you're busy, you're on the phone, or you don't want to talk. It's this thing that you use as a detergent, like
facts. So, I do it a lot.
Yeah. Like someone looks at you, you just like, oh shit, oh yeah, hello, and there's like nobody, there's nobody on,
I have my friend sometimes. I know she doesn't answer her phone. I know if I call it, she won't answer. I will call it sometimes. Just so I look like I'm on the... But you don't want to be on the phone and then have your phone actually ring. So you got to be making an active phone call.
Yeah.
And then other times I've called, like, I'll call my kid's dad and just be like, yeah, I just need to be on the phone, like, busy. So
there's a guy following me.
Never because somebody was following me or anything. It's just I didn't want to have to interact socially doing something. Or it just was, like if you're at the park watching your kids and someone else sits down next to you, it's like, busy on the phone.
Pick up your phone. Put your headphones in.
Yeah. Well, I don't usually have headphones. Or I would.
I do.
But I have some now. I finally got some earbuds, I don't know, like last year. But I lost one, so.
Okay.
And then I keep losing the ones that have the cords. I have those, but they don't have a microphone on them, so I can't use them to actually talk on my phone if my phone rings.
A lot of the phones don't even use them anymore.
Yeah, I get old phones though, so.
Yeah, I got my new Sidekick today.
Yeah. But no, it's the access that we have to the internet and the amount of people that we have on the internet and all that is just really, it's changed a lot of things for people.
Easy. Whew. Now I can't even see life advancing without it now.
It would not. It has changed so fast in just 20 years.
That's what I wanted to talk about. Like we grew up as the technology was growing up with us. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
oh yeah.
Like when I remember when I like my first memories, nobody had cell phones, nobody had tablets, nobody had flat screens, nobody had, radio. Like nobody had cellular radio.
To get a hold of my parents during an emergency, I had to find the number to the grocery store and have them page. Go to customer service to take a phone call.
You'll call fucking 411.
And now I have anxiety and I don't want to call anybody. Yeah. No, we didn't even have 411. Wasn't even a thing.
No,
I don't think so. I don't know if I predate 411 or not.
It's one of those things that like it was a good idea, but I lived
up in Alaska, so we didn't have all the features. I need to see when 411 was a thing. I gotta know now because I didn't know about 411 for a very long time. Isn't that just to call the gas line though?
No.
I don't fucking know. I never used it. I used the phone book and found the number to the grocery store, and I'd call them.
But we grew up with it, right? So like we started becoming like teenagers.
411 didn't come out till 2007.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It was a good idea. It just happened too late. Just like the fuck, what's that shit called? It was like in between CDs and 8-track. So you know what an 8-track is, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so 8-tracks was a good idea, but it came out too late, and the CD just dominated that industry, and 8-track became obsolete. But it was an idea, and it was really smart. Just like HD CDs, and I remember when Netflix first came out. We were talking about it last summer, and it was like a
like you could get in the mail. And stuff.
Yeah, you would order movies in the mail. You'll get physical.
And eventually, it would show up at your door.
Yeah. And it was just one of those ideas that was a good idea. It just happened too late, and it was replaced really quick by something. Just like the MP3s, they were quickly replaced by the iPhones or the iPods.
Yeah.
Just because convenience and stuff.
Zombie mama about her emergency, and she was on her own. My little sister, I don't remember. We were the three of my siblings, me and two of my siblings were like roughhousing. And we ended up hurting my little sister.
Ooh.
And we had to call 911. And of course, my parents were out. It was just us three home. My sister was on the fire department. That's how she found out there was an emergency at home. Is she got the call on her pager, and she showed up at our house with the ambulance and the fire truck. Actually, they tried to tell her to go home when she pulled into the driveway. They're like, no, we got enough people here. We got it covered. She's like, that's my sister. I'm going in. Sorry. But like, that's how, I don't even know if we called our mom. I don't even know where they were. Yeah, that part wasn't important in the memory. So
they left it out.
But yeah, that's, yeah, feeling.
So we grew up with technology, right? With the technology.
Yeah, we've adapted to where we're like dependent on our cell phone.
I think it's we can get rid of the dependency. I feel like I can let go of my need to be on technology. To not completely, but like to a point where like I find myself needing to do stuff with my time versus on my phone or on my tablet or my computer. But the kids growing up now, they're introduced into having the technology already waiting for them versus, us waiting on the technology. It's harder for them to disconnect. It's a part of them now. Versus us, we can separate to some degree, to socially.
We at least have the memories of what it was like before.
Yeah. To actually going outside and creating a fucking fort and throwing mud at each other versus, getting together on a fucking group call and playing video games and shit.
Yeah. Because I don't know if I talked about it on the podcast or maybe it was, but my oldest daughter asked me what it was like to live without electricity.
Oh, yeah. I remember that. What was it like when Dad created fire?
And then she asked, well, what would you do without electricity? And I was like...
Freeze? I remember I talked about that too in one of the episodes that humans can't live without the normality now. Like we.
But yeah, I think about my kids. Like my oldest, like I said, she's 11, and I think about what she grew up with. She grew up. I had a cell phone. It was like a flip phone, so it wasn't the ones that we have now. But she knew how to call people on it. She was used to having a phone at all. Like she knew that we could call whenever we went anywhere for anything. And now she's got like her little Nintendo Switch. And if we go out somewhere, I let her take it to doctor's appointments because you can end up waiting there forever. And she gets confused why she can't play certain games or why she can't watch Netflix. It's because I don't connect it to the internet when we're out. And she's like, well, what do you mean? The internet doesn't work in the car.
They can't grasp.
They don't understand they didn't watch the progression of it. To them, It's just there. Yeah. And so it should always be there. Whereas you and I grew up, we know it had to connect to a phone cord at some point. And now we understand
and multiple people couldn't be on it at the same time. Yeah. Someone will yell at you from across the fucking house.
Exactly. So now we
I'm watching that movie.
So we had to grow up with the parameters slowly getting better and better and better. And kids now are just like, well, why can't we have it everywhere instantly? Because you kind of do with data.
There's some cities that do. That they provide free internet. There's countries that provide free internet. Over here, where you don't pay for internet. It's just you're connected 100% of the time. Right here in my parts of Los Angeles, California, there's a lot of the businesses have free Wi-Fi. You go in and you have to fill out you don't fill out a survey. You just go out and you accept to the terms and conditions, right?
Which sell your soul, yes.
And then I noticed that some bus stops have internet. They have free Wi-Fi at some bus stops, only for like 20, 30 minutes, but they provide the Wi-Fi and to me it's crazy that they could do it in remote, like
even having it in the airplanes now.
Yeah, they even have it in airplanes now. Where
you have to pay
back
for
then
it
you couldn't fucking pull your phone out because the radiation will fucking make the plane drop.
You like you had to make sure your phone. You even had to turn your Game Boys off before takeoff. Like it's a battery, dude. Yeah. Game Boy, it's a gray brick. Like I'm talking the old Game Boys, like gray brick, green screen, no color, just black and green. And that was it. Yeah. And now we can have like our phones or laptops. You just can't make phone calls, but if you use internet, it's fine.
Yeah. It's crazy.
It's ridiculous. Yeah, and so now we have a bunch of it. We have the children that are coming up.
Like my son can't even formulate like a full conversation because of his speech delay, but he can navigate through an iPad like he fucking built the thing.
Oh yeah.
And it's
my 4-year-old can build something on Minecraft and navigates that shit better than I do. I mean, you watched her.
Yeah. Like it's crazy. I don't know. It's because we, like I said, we grew up waiting on the technology, and these people, they're growing up with the technology waiting on them, and
to them crazy. It's just not moving fast enough. Yeah, they're like, we want more and more and more, and we're just like, what do you mean more? How much further can we go?
The generation before us didn't understand it.
Yeah.
And now the generation, I feel like we're in the middle to where we understand it and we can monitor it with the upcoming generations. But there's going to be a point where we're not going to understand their technology coming up because we're so detached from the new shit, and we're just comfortable with what we got. We're going to stay there. But it wasn't a slow increase. It was like, boom, like it just went from, okay, everybody, here's the phone. Boom, cars have touchscreens in them now. Like it was fucking fast. Like we're still in that up, like it's.
Yeah. It's crazy. We're going to be the weird old people in the nursing home. They'll be like, I remember what it was like before Google. Like
before Google. Back in Ask Steve.
Yes. When we played the Oregon Trail.
Ask Jeeves. Back in the...
I used to use Ask Jeeves.
Ask Jeeves. I remember that shit too.
I think Avis was another search engine I used.
Fucking back in the
was it Avis or Vista?
back in Internet Explorer days. This is not around now.
No, not even Internet Explorer. Netscape Navigator.
Netscape.
Guys. Netscape Navigator.
Oh yeah.
Windows version 3.1.
That's fucking awesome.
My god.
Netscape. Yeah. Laidback remembers Netscape.
Yes, good times. The good old days.
Yeah, but our days in nursery homes are gonna be all virtual reality watch. We're just gonna be in our beds.
That's true. We're gonna enjoy life when we're old. Can't move.
This is great.
Like we did it. We made it.
We did it, yay.
Wally.
Yeah, just like in Wally when they're sitting in those fucking chairs. That scared the shit out of me.
That's the thing. That's why the metaverse is gonna work though, because we have all these kids coming up and they just want more and more and more. So they're gonna make more happen.
Retirement is the metaverse. I agree.
Because for us, we have this. Like, we're happy. I think the majority of people in our generation are content with where the internet and social media and everything's at. We're content with our technology. Yes. The younger generation wants more.
They want more. They're the ones
because this is normal. This is fine. They want more.
When we start getting replaced, that's when we're gonna start seeing implants and all that shit because they want it. Convenience. You can't beat convenience. That's the only reason we evolve. I love the fact that
I don't have to leave my house if I want food ever for the rest of my life.
You can't beat convenience.
Like, I'm too poor for that, but if I could, I would.
Yeah, like even when the pandemic hit, I think we talked about this. When the pandemic hit and all the food services and all the delivery services started popping up, we all thought that was going to go away once the pandemic calmed down, but it didn't because convenience wins.
I like what Zombie Mama said. One day meeting in person is going to be wild. And that's so true. Yeah. I remember when you would tell people you're going to meet someone off the internet. They're like, are you crazy? And now it's just like, it's so normalized.
It's like me and my wife met on the dating app. Oh, which one? You know, like.
Yeah. And before, if you said you were even on dating, like on the dating websites back before there were apps, people are just like, oh my God, you're so desperate. You can't find anybody on your own.
Desperate. Oh my God, you whore.
Like, what do you mean you had to use the internet? Like, isn't there enough people out there? Like, what's wrong with you?
There's plenty of fish in the sea. Yeah. That's the one I used.
I know. And now it's so normal to say, I met a group of friends and we've never met in real life, but we will. We're gonna go all hang out this summer. It's like, well, what if you don't like them? Like, what do you mean? What?
I remember because me and my baby mama met on Plenty of Fish. And,
really?
Yeah, and I remember when we started getting serious, she's like, please don't tell people we met on that app. Like, why
I know
not?
People are like, what's our story gonna be?
Yeah, what's the story?
You make up your own story that doesn't involve the internet.
Tell her we met at work. And according to my parents and her mom, we worked at different places, so
that works.
There's dating apps for all kinds.
There is. I haven't perused too many dating apps.
There's a dating app where farmers meet up. That shit had me dead.
Really?
Yeah. Like, you meet other farmers. It's fucking great.
I want a farmer.
No, POF is not a Christian one.
I thought it was.
No, it's not.
I think it started as one.
Plenty of Fish does sound like a Christian thing, but it wasn't. Not when I was using it. Christian lingo.
You don't even have to go to dating apps though to date anymore. People just go into your DMs. They find you. You don't even have to.
Yo, link up. They say link up.
They will find you. If you are single and you want to find somebody,
I want to go back.
Just get on social media and see what happens.
I want to go back to the olden days when you gave homegirl a note to give to her homegirl. Those are the days. That was the shit. Do you like me? Yes or no?
I never got one of those.
No. I used to hand them out.
I gave a guy one once.
Ooh.
It hurt it was 4th grade. He crumpled it up and shoved it in his desk.
In front of you?
Yeah. in front of me, and he never talked to me again. Oh, that's not true. That's not true. Actually, when I was in high school, I had already moved, and so mind you, 4th grade, and then like junior in high school, quite a bit of difference. He actually emailed me.
I found you. He found you on MySpace.
No, I still had friends in that town.
You still had him on AOL Messenger?
I think somebody gave him my email or something. I did have MySpace, but I don't think he did. I don't know.
Before MySpace, email was the shit.
Yeah, so he emailed me. It still didn't really go anywhere. I think he's married with a kid or 2 now.
You guys remember MySpace?
Yeah, top 8.
I love MySpace because it was so personalizable. Like, you can, like, we were learning how to fucking code just to make that shit play a song. You couldn't find the pause button. Hell yeah, dude. That was the shit.
Good time.
And then I remember for a long time.
Oh, chat rooms? Yeah, chat rooms.
Oh, chat roulette? You ever played chat roulette?
I never played chat roulette, but I did do chat rooms on like MSN Messenger and stuff.
I remember we used to do them on the phone. That was the fucking shit. On the phone was my fucking favorite because you would go on and it would be like 2 or 3 girls, right? And then there'd be like 2 guys. And then before you know it, it was just a bunch of dudes gangbanging on each other going, hey, fuck you, thought where you from? Huh? We'll fucking meet up right now. And there was no more girls. And I was just sitting there fucking laughing my ass off.
It never did party lines.
That shit had me dead. Because only fucking dumb ghetto people would go on that shit. It was fucking great.
Yeah, no, I never did party lines. I did the chat rooms, though. A lot of MSN Messenger, ICQ, all that stuff. Good times. Yeah. Although, I learned a lot of lessons using chat rooms. I learned a lot of things that I wish I did.
Nowadays, they wouldn't be able to. It's too dangerous. It's too easily to find. It's too easy to find where you're at.
Yeah.
Back then, that wasn't a. As long as you didn't fucking say it, nobody fucking knew.
Yeah. No. I would not be okay if my kid used chat rooms. I shouldn't have been in chat rooms.
I remember Omegle was really popular for a long time too. Omegle.
People still use that.
They still use that?
I never used it. ASL always. Yeah, that ASL always got I got so many whispers if I would answer that.
What was it? Age,
sex,
science,
location.
Sex, location. There you go. I thought it was sign. I'm a Capricorn.
No, and then that's exactly what I would do. Like, do you gotta pick? How big are you? What's your bra size? How much do you weigh? Those are always. Oh
my god, we were fucking disgusting back then.
and then as soon as that was all done, as soon as they got the formalities out of the way, the next one is, do you want a cyber?
Oh, I remember that. You want a cyber? Oh shit. Yeah, we were always desperate. Now we can't. Now that shit would offend you. You would get blocked and banned, and your fucking computer will grow legs and slap your ass and just walk away. Can't do that shit no more. Chris Hansen be like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah.
Can't do that shit no more.
So glad that I know all these things so I can better protect my child.
Yes.
Because I was not protected at all.
Yeah, we do. I remember, there is no way the shit that we would get into would be acceptable nowadays.
No way.
No, like the 2 girls, 1 cup videos and the
Oh my god. I never watched it. I never watched it.
You probably can't even find that video anymore.
Okay, that's not true. I saw some of it, but I stopped before anything because I realized what I had clicked, and I'm like, I do not need this in my life.
You saw nervous at the beginning of the video. You're like, what am I about to watch?
I don't remember how I think my kid's dad showed it to me as a joke. But I had already known what it was, and so as soon as I saw a cup come out, I'm like, I'm gone, and I left.
You heard the rumors, huh? You heard the rumors.
I already knew. I was like, I don't know why you're showing this to me, but I'm done.
Back then, it wasn't even like, oh, this is what the video is for. You don't want to watch it because this happened. No, it was like, nah, you gotta watch it. You gotta watch it. Nobody ever fucking said what it was. All you got was you gotta watch it, dude. You gotta watch it.
No, I still I'm scared.
Chain emails.
I did so many of those stupid chain emails because I honestly thought my life would be over.
You can't send one of those emails now, dude. You get fucking fired and banned and fucking sued and.
Yeah, I still get a couple through like Facebook though.
Yeah, but those are your homies trying to make you laugh. That's not like a chain email. A chain email like in the office. Someone's getting sent to HR now. There's no fucking playing around.
Yeah. No, I'm good.
God, I remember even video games like browser games. Like a lot of that shit was hella offensive, quote unquote offensive.
Yeah.
Like,
well, even the cartoons, like like Looney Tunes and stuff. If you try and watch it now, there's a disclaimer like this is offensive. This was filmed at a time, like Tom and Jerry. Even there's a whole disclaimer letting you know that there's like racism and stuff in there, and it's.
Or they'll change it up. They'll try to change like Disney. A lot of the shit on Disney Plus gets changed.
Yeah.
Yeah. And people are like,
and they're like, oh, by the way, before you watch this was filmed at a time when these things were not considered inappropriate.
Yes, they were. We just didn't care.
Exactly. It's like, no, it was still it was very much still inappropriate.
It was inappropriate, but nobody was complaining.
Exactly.
Because we knew it was for entertainment purposes. Like nowadays, people go to comedy clubs and they heckle because they're upset because they're offended, and it's like, dude, he's telling jokes. His job is to tell jokes, and you can't fucking take them. Why did you come here, dude? Just it's so frustrating because I wanted to be a comedian for a long time, and then the whole censorship started happening. I'm like, do I really want to do this? Like, do I really want to like subject myself to like this type of hatred? Like just because I'm trying to make some people laugh, like, because I understand that, you know, some things people don't find funny, even if they're expecting to be funny. I understand that, but if you're waiting to get offended or something I'm saying, that's like, why are you here? Like, you know, like just to fucking cause a scene and fuck up my whole
it's
fucking
like
mood.
They seek out offensiveness so they can be offended.
Yeah. Versus like that's a good one.
It's almost like going to a bar knowing that you feel like fighting, so you're going out so you can maybe find a fight, and then picking a fight so you can fight.
Yeah, going to the bar because you know there's a bunch of fucking dickheads in there.
Yeah.
You're just waiting for it to happen,
I don't get that. But yeah, culture's changed a lot. Or technology has allowed us to see changes. Or reality? I don't know. Weird. It's done something. It's done something.
Damn, man.
But yeah, that's.
I hope that stuff like dies down and we can start making.
I hope so.
Jokes.
I think it should. I'm hoping that our generation is raising less snowflakey snowflakes.
You fucking snowflake.
That's my hope, because I feel like the millennials are almost like the snowflakes because we had to be. We were kind of raised that way. And now we're trying to change. We're trying to fix a lot of things now. We're trying to be better parents. We're trying to be more involved parents. We're trying to be more.
I agree with that.
We're trying to be more of everything, but we're also not. We're also making a lot of mistakes.
The most important is being understanding. To be open-minded, to understand that these kids, even if you feel like their problems are minute, that's their whole world.
Yeah,
you know, you can't take things lightly when they're saying things to you. But at the same time, like they have to develop that tough skin, so they have to understand, like, yes, like these things happen, but there's the only way you can get over it is by changing how you react to it. You know what I mean? Like, because it's of course it's difficult. We all have those boundaries. We all have those lines, and you know the feelings. You can't control the way you feel about certain things.
Yeah.
But to understand that, like, oh, you know, that it's just they're just words. You know, there's something pass by or go. You know, keep moving forward or whatever. But yeah, understanding you, because that's one of the things I strongly, you know, talk to my baby mama about, is we gotta understand like our kids. Whenever they're saying something, it might be like something small to us or even funny at some points, but we gotta take it like if that's their whole. They're devastated, you know. They could be devastating for them. You know, no, you never know what one person's going through, even if you can see it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. It's just it's a weird, weird world to navigate now.
Wheel world.
I can't talk. Oh, well, now I really can't say it. Fuck, God.
It's a wheelie wheel world.
We will world.
We world. We hard.
I'm tired.
Oh God.
I know my daughter's got issues at school with a few kids, and thankfully it's not anything bullying yet. It's just mean girl stuff, and
it's gonna get there, because that's how bullying starts.
Is.
It's like a little bit, see what they can get away with.
I just try and teach her we're not. You can't make everybody happy. You can't make everybody like you. As long as they aren't being mean and calling you names and making you feel like crap about yourself, then it's okay. We just gotta let it go, find someone new to hang out with. But
yes,
it doesn't make it any easier. And and it's important as parents, I think, to recognize that and let them know that this is how you solve it, but it doesn't make it feel any better.
Yeah.
It doesn't make you feel like, oh, okay, cool, it's fine, just do that. But it's just important to validate feelings. You need to validate feelings.
Exactly, yes. I remember growing up when I had my problems, and I had my like sad boy days or whatever. Mm-hmm. Like I was quick to understand them, and like I would talk to somebody and they're like, "Well, you already know." I was like, "Yeah, but just because I understand something doesn't make like I don't feel a certain way about it. No, just because I understand that I can't be with somebody or they don't want to be with me doesn't mean that it doesn't suck completely to me. You know what I mean? Like just because I understand those things and I can be like okay with them doesn't mean they don't fucking still suck."
Yeah. Exactly. And it's hopefully I'm doing okay. But I also tell my kid, I tell her often, I'm like, you know, I'm probably not good at this whole like mom thing. And you might hate me when you're an adult thinking that I could have done a better job. So, and that's okay.
Everybody could have done a better job.
I know.
That's the thing about it.
And I just let her know, I'm like, I'm sorry. I'm apologizing now, and I will continue to try and do better. Like, I forget. She'll ask me to do something, and I'll say, okay, yeah, sure, we can do that after X, Y, and Z. So she'll go and complete task X, Y, and Z, but then she doesn't remind me that she's done. And so then we don't do it. And the next day, she's like, well, I guess I'm just not important. It's like, no. You're important. And if I say I'll do something, please tell me when I'm failing so I can help you. It does not help me if you wait 24 hours to go, you forgot me. Like, I forget everything. I forget my coffee in the microwave. Like, I forget we have a dog sometimes.
I'm offended now. How dare you put coffee in the fucking microwave? What's wrong with you?
Well, because I forget about it on the counter and I gotta warm it up.
Oh, the ADD?
Yeah. So I forget my coffee 4 times before I actually drink it. I forget everything. I forget. I can't remember nothing. So I had to I told her, like, it's not your job to remind me to do things. But if something's important to you, you're allowed to continue to nag me about it.
Yes.
Until I say, stop asking me. When I say the word stop asking, that's when you motherfucking stop asking. But until then, keep reminding me so I don't forget. Otherwise, it might take 6 months to get something done. But yeah, so hopefully, fingers crossed, she doesn't disown me when she's older. Hearing daddy in the middle of the night.
I forgot I had children. Shit's scary hearing daddy. At least they say something. My kids don't fucking say nothing. They walk up to my face.
Oh, mine do too. I fell asleep on my desk
the other day. They're just standing in the dark.
Elena was watching TV over there. She was watching, I don't know what she was watching. Doesn't matter. She was watching her show. I was messing around on my computer, and I just laid my head down on my desk because I was tired. Plop. She literally walks over and goes, "Ah!" It scared the ever living. I jumped like 20 feet. She goes, that was funny. And I'm like, oh, I was so mad at her. I'm like, why would you do that? And then she's like, you scared me. I'm like, what? No, don't flip this.
Why you scream so loud? You scared the shit out of me.
My God. But yeah, that's just what it is. I don't know. Kids are. I hope they still love me. If not, I'll just make friends on the internet. I'll just keep finding. Let's
go back into the metaverse. I'll figure it out.
Yes. I'll find somebody. I'll create a new avatar. They won't know it's me.
Oh man.
But yeah, that's my.
I feel like we're getting close to that. Not being so offended era again, because a lot of the, like I said, I watch a lot of YouTube.
It out.
Because eventually what's gonna happen is like all the people that get offended are gonna be off of it, and it's gonna be us, the ones that don't get offended.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
That's true, yeah.
Because a lot of people are going, well, if you get offended, just fucking go somewhere else.
Yeah,
and they're gonna eventually go somewhere else.
Won't be offended.
Yo, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be great to call people bundles of sticks again. You bundle of sticks.
Yes.
You fairy. Oh man.
All right. We'll see what the next 10 years holds if I'm so lucky to still be alive.
10 years. Yeah, I heard that they banned a lot of cigarettes, like the flavored cigarettes. Not just vapes,
they banned
but
those
like
ages ago.
No, recently.
I didn't know they even still had flavored cigarettes.
Yeah, they had like the menthols and stuff. They banned.
That's menthol. That's not really a flavor.
Yeah, it is.
Well, I've never smoked, so I don't.
Yeah, they banned the menthol. Huh. And I was at the liquor store because
Why would they do that?
I used to smoke. I used to like smoke cigarettes.
Yeah.
And it took a minute to quit, and it was difficult. And I've talked to a couple people that are trying to quit, or it took a couple tries.
He said it took a minute. I'm like, wow, that's cool. Good job.
It took a couple tries, and it took a couple months, a couple tries and attempts, and
yeah.
You know, the fear of your health really puts you where you're supposed to be. But like I said, you're a quitter. Yes, I am. I'm a fucking quitter. I gave up. But I gave up right before like cigarette prices went up. They like double or almost tripled in prices.
Yeah.
And now menthols are gone. I think if I was still addicted to cigarettes, I would be fucking upset.
Yeah. That's not fair.
And I was at the gas station, and all they have is like the Native American brand cigarettes. It's fucking funny. They're just trying to get rid of the how to like the sugar coating. You know, because people are like, oh, it's like the whole vaping thing, like it tastes good, you know, like the Four Locos, even that, like it,
yeah,
like stuff like that, where like it's easily consumable because it's pleasing to the palate.
Are they gonna get rid of all the yummy alcohol then too?
They might not because, they might actually. It's a good,
but
like the Fireball and stuff like that.
Nah, I know. I'm looking down at I have my whiskey under my desk, and I'm like, but they can't. That's not okay.
I don't know. They tried banning alcohol and that shit went to shit.
That's true. Well, no, not banning it, just banning the delicious ones.
No, because you could still mix it with your own concoctions.
I don't think I could recreate. Well, I mean, I guess so. That's too much effort, though.
But it's doable.
Yeah, they better not.
Chris will riot.
No, we won't. We all like to stay inside.
We'll riot all night, okay? We'll blow Twitter up. It's gonna be great.
That's how we. That's our problem. All of us like to stay indoors, and none of us actually want to go out and actively participate in boycotts and riots. We do it from the internet.
We do it from the internet. We'll fucking cancel the fuck out of you.
Way more comfy.
We'll overload your servers. It's gonna be great.
Yes. Exactly.
I'll riot all by myself at my house.
Riot.
Oh man. So if you guys take anything from today's podcast, don't get butthurt.
Yes.
It's a joke. We have a disclaimer.
Out of your ass and you'll feel so much better.
Put it back in your mouth.
Or shove it up there further, whichever way you like.
Make it disappear. We have a disclaimer in front of the podcast. Hey, don't take anything we say seriously. Exactly. Even if we create like a serious tone. God.
I think it was a serious tone. It was more just an opinion-based tone.
Yeah. Don't listen to us.
We just...
I retract all past statements.
I retract nothing. I am old and I don't care.
I regret nothing. Come and get me on my MySpace.
You want to be friends? Hit me up. I need more mom friends.
What are we doing next week? I asked...
Oh! I was going to say, you know what we should do is we need to get ideas from everybody and ourselves, and we just put them on a wheel, and then at the end of the episode, we spin the wheel to see what our next one's going to be.
I'm offended. Angry mob assembly. You just hear a bunch of keyboards.
Clickety, clickety, clickety.
I invited Mythic on. So she's probably gonna be on sometime.
Can she come next week?
It's not official right now, but
I think we should do our TikTok trends next week.
Ooh, I'm down with that. You guys down with TikTok trends?
So it might not be a podcast episode that we actually post as a podcast, but it will be audio. We'll be stream. Well, yeah, it won't be an audio maybe, but it'll be there'll be some audio you can clip and we'll see. But we can have just a fun little TikTok trends stream thing. Be fun. Yeah. And then then we'll come up with another thing.
We have a list, okay? Not in front of us right now. An imaginary list.
It's there.
It's up here still.
Yeah, it's there. We do have. Well, we said it last week. We could listen to last week's episode and write our stuff down.
Hope you guys enjoyed that episode of the Rolling Thick podcast. Don't forget we record these episodes live over at twitch.tv/The Rolling Thick, and we go live every Saturday night, 8 p.m. Pacific time.
We love interacting with chat and hearing your stories and opinions and suggestions. So come stop on by.
The podcast can be found over at Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, and Stitcher.
If you guys want to get updates about the lives and watch clips of the podcast and behind the scenes shenanigans, you can follow and message us on TikTok or Instagram at The Rolling Thick.
And remember, if no one loves you, we love you. Yeah.
Yeah, we did it.